This is Ladero Saxappeal Johnson, and this is Theorematic. Peace. Let's see. Well, when I was 7, I started playing saxophone. Actually, before saxophone, I was 5, and my grandma had bought me a one of them little Radio Shack type keyboards, and just learned how to play by ear. I think the first song I learned was Twinkle Twinkle, and from there, you know, I expressed an interest of wanting to play saxophone from watching The Simpsons, way back when they were like early. This was like '92. Watching The Simpsons, and I saw Lisa playing, and I was like, I want to do that. This is what I want to do right here. I want to play that. She's my age, you know. She's 8, I'm 7, so I can do what she's doing. It'd take me about a year. I can figure it out. You know, so from there, I literally went to my mom and I expressed an interest of playing saxophone, and she went to the school that I was at, which was Fleming Elementary, over on the east side of Detroit. And she told the music teacher, hey, you know, my son wants to play saxophone, and they said, well, we don't have kids enter music classes until 3rd grade, so he's gonna have to wait a year. So she begged and pleaded this guy, please, you know, please, can he play in a band? You know, because I showed such an interest, and he made an exception, you know, and maybe 2 weeks later, I was in the band class, and I started playing from there, you know, and I've been playing ever since 2nd grade. A career move. It was early. I want to say like either 8th or 9th grade. When I auditioned for high school, I went to the Performing Arts High School here in Detroit, and when I did the audition, and it was an actual audition process back then. It was a tedious, long waiting list of people, you know, and I did the Cass King and Renaissance test, and I got accepted to all of those, and my mom was like, I want you to keep playing, you know, I want to push you even further with this music thing. And at the time, I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to go into radio, and I want to go to CMA. And she was like, no, you put this instrument down, I'm going to kill you. And she didn't smile. So I know she meant it, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll go to DSA and try this out. You know, if it doesn't work, then whatever. But I went there and did the audition, and they saw something in me. They saw some potential in me, and you know, I was able to get admitted into the school. Later on that summer, I did. It was my first time doing marching band, and it was so much energy about that, you know, and it drew me towards it. A lot of people was like, don't do marching band, just do classical music. But it was something about the energy of the marching band. It made me feel alive, you know, while not just watching it, but experiencing it. But it was those aspects. It was the classical music, the marching band, the jazz band, the orchestra. I had the opportunity to do all of those things. And once I realized, like, yo, this is something that I'm really passionate about, I should probably, you know, attempting to pursue a career in this. You know, so from there, from high school, man, I made that decision, like, this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. This is what's going to fuel, you know, the rest of my drive ever. One of the biggest things I learned from my high school teacher, Professor Ed Quick, was that he always asked me, would you rather be a band or would you rather be a brand with a band? And the answer was the obvious answer, you know. It's like, well, of course, you know, I want to be a brand, you know, something that has a signature look, sound, you know, quality, kind of a business, you know. So I took that approach to it early in high school, and kind of started attempting to mold some things. Some things went out, some things stuck, but it was kind of just from branding, you know, finding a signature sound. Of course, sticking to my roots, you know, because I grew up listening to all aspects of music, you know, from hip hop to old school jazz to the new jazz, fusion jazz, R&B, the Marvin, Stevies, Michaels, you know, all of those people, and just learned how to make it kind of like a melting pot and just put it all together and create your own style from it. But from that, from the style of music to eventually, later on down the line, it became the fashion side of it too, like dressing up as a job, because you see a lot of musicians, they'll show up and it's just like, whatever, I don't really care what I'm wearing, just I'm here to play, pay me, I'm out. And then once I took the approach of dressing for the part of, this is a job, I want people to respect me as it is a business, so I kind of added that side to it, and it just kind of opened up more doors because it wasn't just about how you sound, it was how you presented yourself, the professionalism of it all. So it was definitely building the brand while building the band. It's kind of an issue with me being a saxophonist. You literally think like this, it's kind of a vertical thing. You think up and down, versus with the piano, you kind of think across the horizons. So it's a constant battle because my brain wants to do this because this is what I'm accustomed to, but to lay out a real accompaniment with with strings and even with some of that stuff, you can add like horn-like seasons to it. But you want everything to kind of feel like it's flowing across this way versus just straight up and down melodically, with everything, with the drums, with the bass, with the keys. You almost have to put yourself in that instrument's mindset, and it's tough at times, but knowing that I have a little bit of experience from each instrument, it's kind of like, okay, if I was a drummer, what would I do here? Versus if I'm a saxophone player sitting at a drum set, what would I do? So you just have to have that mentality, that mindset of, if I was this person, or if I was this player, what would I put right there? What would be my stamp to add to this song? To the musicians that want to do it full-fledged, just do it. There's going to be tons of people that's going to say, you need X amount of money to do it. You can't do it without these type of people. You need, managers, lawyers, and all this other stuff. That's cool. When the time comes, that stuff will all line up, but don't let that stop your grind, because I know a lot of people that are really talented, and they just kind of live day to day on the music thing just because somebody told them that they couldn't, so now they're playing at the clubs here on a weekly or even a daily basis, and as amazing as their talent is, they're just kind of complacent with it, I feel like whatever you're going to do, be great at it, no matter what, no matter how different it is, how somebody going to tell you that it doesn't fit, there's no market for it, make a market for it. There might not be a lane for it, but I mean, that's what you're here for, to create your own lane, so just completely create, and realize that what you're doing, your gift is bigger than just you, and if you kind of sit on it, then you're kind of disrespecting the universe that gave it to you, and it's like, yeah, you need to be doing what you're destined to do, and to be destined what you're here to be, so just do it, man.